Let me start by making an introduction. Good morning and welcome to yet another enlightening edition of Glaucoma on Radio, brought to you by Solid 100.9 FM Enugu in collaboration with the Eye Specialist Hospital Enugu, Nigeria. Now, each week we take a closer look at eye health, breaking down the facts, busting the myths, and helping you understand how simple lifestyle choices can make all the difference for your vision. We're excited at the level of awareness and help that this program has brought to people and continue to bring to people. Today's topic is both interesting and important. What your sleep says about your eyes. What your sleep says about your eyes. If I'm you, I will get closer to the radio because the moment I saw the topic, I was like, what my sleep says about my eyes. Now, we often talk about sleep in relation to mental health, productivity, and mood. But how much do we know about its connection to our eye health? And of course, to help us unpack all of this, we have with us Dr. Obin Nashwobi, ophthalmologist and consultant. And of course, he is going to be helping us understand how sleep quality, duration, and even sleep disorders can impact our eyes, including conditions like glaucoma. Dr. Shuwabi, it's always a pleasure having you on the program. You're welcome this morning.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Yusi.
Okay, I didn't go to school to become a doctor. Okay, so let's set the tone. When we talk about sleep and eye health, what kind of relationship are we really referring to?
Okay, first, I think we should just say a big thank you to Solid FM for this social responsibility to our people. You don't know what you are doing. People come around asking questions.
Okay.
And they're asking appropriate questions now. Many people are getting aware that it is only appropriate for them to have their eyes checked annually. And the last war site day we had, the number was beautiful, and we remain grateful to Solid FM for this impactful social responsibility, which is creating appropriate awareness to our people, and we want to say a big thank you. Okay, so we usually talk about glaucoma. For those who are joining us for the first time, glaucoma is a disease that affects the eyes and is the commonest cause of irreversible blindness, not only in the world, but also in this part of the world, Nalibo, in Nigeria too. So, and is a disease that can happen to anybody, can occur at any age, but commoner with older age. As you grow older, the chances of having glaucoma is higher. Very importantly, you ask, what are the symptoms? Yes, they have symptoms, but these symptoms come quite late. And that's why we advocate for people to have annual checkup on their eyes, because the worst thing is going blind from a preventable disease, a disease that can, the disease itself on its own is not preventable, but its consequences are preventable. Now, to the question about sleep and sleep disorders, affecting glaucoma, having said that glaucoma is a progressive eye disease that causes blindness. So I think it's good we know. For those who already have glaucoma, this is for you. It is just for you to know that every other way you can help yourself, protect your vision, especially your optic nerve, the better for you. Other things you can help so that your intraocular pressure, which is the only modifying factor, is under control, is also appropriate. And so we advocate to our people to be very careful with what they do. We've talked about food, we talked about so many other things, and health changes that our people can inculcate so that they can also help themselves while they are putting these eye drops, and then taking the medications that they're also helping themselves in whatever way to bring it down. Now we'll talk about sleep, and then too much sleep, too little. They say moderation, is that not so? Yes. So too much sleep, too little. Now these things help in this. They also affect the circadian rhythm of the eye. the aqueous production and its drainage. It's been found that too little sleep affects the intraocular pressure go up. For those who doze all day, it also worsens it. Yes, for those who doze all day, so we also ask people to do the appropriate thing. Then lying down, we always say don't lie on that affected side, but glaucoma affects both eyes. So what do you do? Since it affects both eyes, what do you do? So we advocate for people to lie up. Face up.
Okay, face
up. Yes. So for those who face down, the likelihood of drainage is high. I think we feel that when you look down, that the iris lens diaphragm pushes forward, and that may also narrow the angle of drainage. That's anterior chamber angle. So we want people to face up, and then we also advocate for people to use pillows. For those who really have advanced glaucoma, if you sleep in a sit-up form, that may be better for you. We feel that drainage occurs better in that way.
Okay.
That is what sleeping upright. Then we say don't make your head a pillow. Try to get pillows so that you can actually sleep up a while. We talked about studies. Find that there's a link between poor sleep duration and glaucoma risk. And then they said one study showed a U-shaped pattern where those who slept the shortest or longest durations had the highest prevalence of glaucoma. Now, we talk about this so that people will also know. Now, it is not in everybody, but body constitutions are different. We don't know the body constitution that can predispose you to these affectations. So we say, why not be careful? Play safe. Then we also know that both short and long sleepers experience greater fluctuations in intraocular pressure at night. This contribute to permanent damage over time, and the group, the Glaucoma Foundation, have found so. So we advocate for people to sleep well. We say 6 to 8 hours.
Okay, I was going to ask how long is long?
How long is long? 6 to 8 hours. But people like you, Uncle Isi, are you sure you sleep up to 5?
I sleep, but I don't think I sleep up to 8 hours.
Yes, people say you sleep well after you have paid school fees. So, so sleep apnea, that is that condition where you see our people, somebody is sleeping, he is breathing, then he stops breathing. It's as if he has. Do you understand? Then it's like he woke up. He comes up again. To breathe.
I heard people could die from that.
Yes. And we talk about the other factors that can associate with it. So we call it untreated obstructive sleep apneas can cause episodes of low oxygen levels, which may reduce oxygen to the optic nerve and lead to damage. Now, for some people like us, say daytime drowsiness, for those who are very, studious, who keep studying.
You're guilty of that one.
Yes, I am. So it's also a factor, associated with increased glaucoma risk. Then insomnia. Now, insomnia, you also want to know, is a disease condition too, is a disorder. You also want to know what is causing this insomnia. Insomnia is actually sleeplessness. Those who don't sleep well at night. Those who they sleep, they just find out all night they are awake.
I'm not in that one.
So they may just have 1 or 2 hours sleep, but whenever they wake up, they just to go and ease themselves, they can go back again. Is also linked to an increased risk of glaucoma. Then, for those, these are things sleep disorders can cause. And other factors. Cardiovascular risk. Sleep problems can contribute to cardiovascular risk, which are also linked to glaucoma. We know that, yes, the sleep disorders also play a role. They are part and parcel of, things that can also cause cardiovascular accidents. So what we say is that these issues, the basic things are sleep well. Just have a good sleep. feel refreshed that you have had a good sleep. We feel that the body works well when it has well rested.
But don't oversleep.
Don't oversleep. You know,
Are there really people who oversleep?
Yes, there are people who oversleep.
Do they have sleeping sickness?
Not really sleeping sickness. It's just that, like, obviously, now he has been looking for a job. He doesn't have a job doing. Yeah, but
So he uses the time to sleep.
Yes. Then, for those who may be conditional, let's say they finish exams, they've worked hard for something, they are done with a project, they think they can sleep. Now, sleeping for a long while after a period of hard work, after a period of strain, strenuous activities, is only appropriate, But we'll talk about people who make it like the order of the day. Now, you ask yourself, what about the retirees, the aged, who hardly go to work? Yes, but we say they can also engage themselves in taking walks,
instead of just sleeping.
Reading newspapers, instead of just indulging in prolonged sleep. And for those who already have glaucoma, we say, please just do yourself the favor, try to utilize yourself, try to be energetic, try to exercise, try to utilize your time well. Read. Part of reading is also exercising the eyes, watch daily that can keep you awake, so that you don't become so drowsy. So, be it as it may, the most important thing about glaucoma is for us to do the needful. The needful is as per checkups, and for those who already have it, ensure you have regular checkups with your doctors. Drugs are paramount. Now, these things we mention here are adjuncts. They are adjuncts in the sense that they are additional. They're not the main stake. So it's good for people to imbibe such good habits. They know they can be beneficial to their condition and also general well-being. Thank you.
Okay. We need to understand what oversleep does to the eyes.
Okay.
We also need to understand what not enough does to the eyes.
Okay, very good. Okay, so we feel, the studies feel that when you don't sleep well, that the mechanism of the body, the entire being, does not work well. How you feel that I am just not okay, Now, whether the production of the aqueous is increased and the drainage is reduced, within this period, and one can say, and then oversleep too, that maybe when you sleep, then we'll talk about the position you put yourself, and the what we call the iris lens diaphragm tend to push forward, and that narrows the angle. This will always push up the intraocular pressure. I will say, don't sleep with your face down, and then also oversleep too. With that, when you sleep, the iris tend to dilate. And they also, when they dilate, they also crowd the aqueous drainage angle. So this we feel can also push up intraocular pressures, and we know that the only modifiable risk factor in management of glaucoma is the intraocular pressure. So if intraocular pressure gets increased because of this particular habit by virtue of oversleeping, and that means for time you sleep, the pupils dilate and the iris crowd the intraocular angles, the anterior chamber angles, and then this push up the pressures. So this is what we feel happens, and there are studies to this. So it's just, like I said, these are adjuncts. What we advise our people to help themselves, with, so that they do things smartly, and then, we'll talk about general well-being of our people. I don't think the person who sleeps too much is healthier than somebody who takes enough sleep and does walk within that period, does exercise within that period.
I know a lot of people will be shocked to hear that, especially the part that has to do with oversleeping. People generally believe that when you sleep, you get relaxed.
Yes.
When you sleep, you're relaxing your eyes. And here is Dr. Obinna telling us that research says that oversleeping could be a problem. Um, let's talk a little bit about deprivation. That one is
Okay.
more common. It's generally believed that it could lead to dry eyes,
One, correct?
okay, twitching,
Mm-hmm.
and blurred vision.
Correct.
Why does it do that?
Okay. When you overwork, when you exert yourself, for people who do, let's say, extensive reading, when they tend to read, they tend not to blink as much as they should blink. And when they don't do that, they tear film covering the eyes. It is when you blink, it's an involuntary situation, so that God in His infinite wisdom allows you to keep, when you blink, you coat the cornea with tears. Now, when they are sustained look, when you are reading, when you want, you are trying to you stay longer, trying to do one task or chore, and it requires you focusing. See yourself coming up with many a time with dry eyes because you don't blink as much as you should blink. Do you understand? So the tear film tend to dry up, rather than somebody who does, who blinks.
So blinking is healthy.
Is healthy. Without blinking, we'll be in trouble, and that's why yes. Without blinking, we'll be in trouble.
That means we're not blinking enough.
Yes, you're blinking, but you wouldn't know, and that's why once the eye feel dry, you blink. Once the eye feel dry, you blink. You understand? And then some will even close their eyes for some particular.
Blinking is supposed to be a reflex action.
It's a
right?
reflex action, but it can be also conditioned.
Conscious, okay.
You can. If you're conscious, you can tell not to blink. Do you understand? But how long will you do that? Yes, how long will you do it? So that's what we know is a voluntary. Any voluntary task that you keep blinking. You don't look at yourself. Somebody has to count it. Are you blinking enough? As per, look at you. So when people tend not to sleep, and they are involved in a task, it's different from when people are doing other things, and that is not involved in a task. As per they keep awake. So many a time when you are involved in a task, you tend to keep your eyes focused on that particular thing you're doing. And then the causes, mostly comes with dry eyes because you're not blinking as much as you should blink, and then, which we know is also a disorder, So when you see people come up with this issue of people who, like you now, you see, who are always on the computers, on the systems, So most times when you're reading, especially when there's exam, you tend not to blink as much as you should blink.
Okay. And then it could lead to dry eyes.
Yes, it could look
okay. Are there early signs that your sleep pattern might be affecting your eyes?
Yes, we've discussed. I think when was that again? Yes, it is obvious to you that you come up with the fact that you find out that your eyes are getting. You feel like you have sands in the eyes.
Okay.
And then you feel like you are now tearing. That is unconditional. You're not crying. You just.
But tears keep coming from.
Tears keep coming. And then you see easy fatigability. When you think you've not slept well, you keep yawning, and many times yawning comes with what? Tears. So these are things that will make you feel that these are, and then you also notice that you also have blood vision.
Yeah.
Yes, it becomes blurry. Because it's part of mental alertness. You've not had enough sleep. Do you understand? So vision tend not to be as sharp as she should be. So you see yourself at that time. You now start thinking of blinking for more often, trying to make yourself to see if vision could be clearer. But you are worn out. You are worn out. Do you understand? You are worn out. You are worn out. So this can happen.
Okay. Are there certain groups of people who are more vulnerable to these effects? For instance, people who work night shifts, or are they? I'm guilty again.
Okay, I'm happy you know that. Yes, you've just said it. We know that those who work at night, sincerely speaking, do not have enough day sleep. Do you understand?
That's the problem.
That's the problem, because they are, during the day they're already used to working, and then you give them night job, they may have about 2-3 hours sleep, and they're going to sleep, be awake all night. So these people come, then when they come back home, rather than go back to sleep, they tend to go back with the normal chores.
They have other stuff to do.
Yes, and then they now realize around 3 p.m. Oh, they're going for night too. Please, my son, my daughter, wake me up. So they go to sleep. They wake them up by 5. They proceed for night, hoping to resume by 6, 7, or 8. So these same people are prone. The people who stay, and then people who stay late at night. They have jobs that keep them late at night. I know some architects, tend to work mostly at night, especially those who have their boards at home, the younger ones. And then, like you said, now we are in digital age that television is 24 hours, radio station is 24 hours, So these people who work all night, tend to be prone to it.
Okay. We'll be opening up the talk lines after we take some commercials, but I'd like you to get your questions ready for our guest ophthalmologist who will be answering them in a short while. 0704 550 2840 0704 550 2840. You can also dial 0909 771 1009. 0909 771 1009. Okay, Dr. Obinna has been able to establish a relationship between our eyes and between our sleep and our eye health. He has also gone ahead to give us recommended sleep duration. For sleeping too much and sleeping too short are all problems, and we can begin to make amends. And then sleep deprivation helps, could lead to dry eyes, twitching, or blurred vision. Okay, let's get your calls before it's too late. 0909 771 1009 or 0704 550 2840. Okay. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Is anybody forcing you to call? Let's hear you. Hello. Hello. Is that an adult or a child? All right, the talk lines are open. 0909 771 1009 or 0902 311 1009. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
It's Angela from Amel.
All right, let's hear you.
It's about the school, the blind school. I have collected the form of the school.
School for the blind?
Yes.
How much are they charging?
I made mistake that day by sending his receipt, his form, the paper. I have it. I want you to send it, but I don't have your WhatsApp number.
What is the price of the form?
Okay, they say it's 48,500.
Just for form?
No, it's just registration.
That's to fully register you is 48,000.
500.
And then what again?
And the other, the matches and the other things we use and.
What are you doing with machetes?
It's what they write in the form.
Okay. So all the other things come to how much?
I don't know about that one. Only the one that write in the form that I.
It's 48,000.
48,500.
48,500. Okay. Me and Dr. Obinna will see what we will do.
Yes. Okay, so thank you.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Uncle.
Yeah, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
It's Kentucky.
Okay, Kentucky, go ahead.
I agree to your guest. I follow your guest if you study that for the opportunity gets to be greater. Writing that on the high issue. My question is it a problem? I don't know how problem it is for somebody cooking with firewood.
Okay. Okay.
Is it causing problem on that?
Okay, so in other words, you're asking whether it is safe for the eyes to use firewood.
Yes.
Okay. Dr. Obin.
Okay, thank you, Kentucky. When people cook with firewood, and then this is what our people have done all over the years, and when they are doing that, look at their eyes, how they tend to have shut the eyes, so that only few smoke can just be entering the eyes because they need to see. So when they do this, what happens that these smoke that come from the wood, the fire, tend to dry up the tear film, and then some of these fires, many also have some of them have sediments, as per how people they tend to put in air, blow breeze into it. Many times when they blow, they can come in with dusty distant particles, and with the smoke come back to their eyes, So they're also prone to having what we call, foreign bodies. They have some splinters of ashes on their eyes. Now, it doesn't cause so much problem. Just that now we say if they can have goggles, these transparent goggles, so that they're not afraid. And then, they also the heat. I believe that our people tend to, when they cook with firewood, they kind of know the kind of heat the eyes can tolerate. If it's so much, they will go off. So I think if they have goggles, that will be quite helpful. One, the smoke will not be drying up the tears. Two, they will protect it from foreign bodies coming from there. Thirdly, the heat of the fire. Two, they are protected. So, but the buy but I think we can do things in a better way now, using goggles and using the firewood.
You can imagine using goggles to cook.
Yeah, but it's true. That's what protects the eyes with that. But if not, our people tend to, they're just prone to this, what I just mentioned now. And if there's any any charcoal that is still red hot, and that ever enters the eye, you can imagine the damage.
There are still people who believe that food cooked with
firewood
is sweeter.
It's sweeter, yeah. It's sweeter in the sense that, is...
Let's take this call. Hello?
Hello, Uncle Isi. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My name is Sonny.
Sonny, where are you calling from?
From Enugu, from Achara Layout.
Okay. You have a question for the doctor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
So, please, doctor, I want to ask. I once had my eye checked, but it was in the French zone, Douala in particular.
Okay. Yeah,
so they said I had uveitis.
Uveitis.
Okay. I thought, I don't know whether it is a French word or what, but they said I have dry eyes.
Yes, dry eyes is also different from uveitis. Okay. The uvea.
Okay.
The uvea.
Are you done so that he can answer you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just pay attention.
Yes, you can have uveitis. The uvea comprises of three main tissues. From anteriorly backwards, the iris, the ciliary body, then the choroid. Any affectation of these three tissues can be called uveitis. The iris will be called anterior uveitis. Then behind will be the choroid, will be called choroiditis. And then anything happening to the ciliary body will be called pars planitis. So any of these, yes, you can. Many a time they resolve on their own. Many a time they can come with terrible consequences, causing secondary cataracts, secondary glaucoma. So I pray yours must have been the transient. I mean the transient one that just came. You were treated and it just stopped. It can be very, very annoying. And then diseases like leprosy, tuberculosis, HIV can all cause, uveitis. So yes, it can cause uveitis. Uveitis is a condition we know that can be annoying. I know. If untreated, will cause cataract, will cause glaucoma, and will cause terrible raise in intraocular pressure, pain.
Does it come with any symptom?
Yes, that's pain.
Pain in the eyes?
Yes, pain, terrible pain, headaches, and then reduced vision. And this can also increase the intraocular pressure. So, uveitis is not a disease you want to have. We pray it is just a mild one, and then it was treated, and then you're okay.
I think you should come to the hospital and get checked again.
Well, yes, he should, to be sure that there's nothing there's no sequelae, there's no complication that has already occurred that he doesn't know. Then the issue of dry eyes. Dry eyes is what we've discussed. Uncle Lucy mentioned it earlier. I'm happy he even had his checkup at Cameroon, Douala. So wherever you see yourself, what we advocate is that for every person who is an Igbo person, for every person, wherever you are, talk to your siblings in Nigeria, outside Nigeria, to have their eyes checked, because there are ophthalmologists everywhere. Even for when we talk to parents, they come down and say, talk to your children, say, I have Lagos, I have Abuja. I say, that there are also ophthalmologists in those areas. So talk to them to go see the ophthalmologist there. They don't need to come home for those things, for checkups. No, there are people, there are doctors around where they are. They should go and assess those. They should also have regular eye checkups. So this is what we advocate. For every disease people come back with, don't take it for granted. See to the logical conclusion of that disease, and that you are sure it has stopped and it has ended without causing any complications. If there's any complication, it's good to be taken care of immediately before it degenerates to something else. Like a patient I told you should have come early, but that was Tuesday. You should have come to hospital early. You wouldn't have gone. This needless blindness is so annoying. Very painful. These things can be prevented. But our people tend to have so many beliefs, especially the elderly ones.
Superstitions.
Yes, they think it's an aging problem, and that's not the kokogade, and they don't want to help themselves. So we talk to our people. Please avail yourself of the opportunity of having your eyes checked. If your vision is going down, don't take it for granted. Don't say it is old age. No.
Okay.
Just go and have your eyes checked.
Let's take this call. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. I can't hear you. Hello?
Hello.
Please raise your volume. We can't hear you clearly.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
And about to the told us that the juice of oceans help the eyes. Is it true?
What are you saying?
The juice from
The juice from what?
onions.
Okay.
Onions.
Okay, whether I can affect the eyes.
Yes.
Okay, your phone is really not helping matters. Okay, but we had him.
Let's just be careful. Let's do what is just appropriate. We don't know of any scientific studies supporting the application of onion juice to the eyes. Onion on itself.
Hey. I thought he was
itself.
even saying whether, that...
Yeah, I heard him. I was talking about onion juice.
putting it inside the eyes.
He's putting inside the eyes. Yeah,
Hey.
so the other one is people who put purple juice, who put... we've talked about salt water and sugar water, these things are quite dangerous to the eyes. God in his wisdom has given us tears. Those anyamili keeps our eyes well lubricated. That anyamili has antibiotics. It has a lot of things that protect the eyes. You need not put anything. Now, for those who have their bath, while having their bath, tend to open the eyes, under the shower for complete washing, for water to touch the eye, enter the eyes. That is grossly inappropriate. Please don't do such. You have enough tears that clean your eyes. You don't need to do anything extra apart from regular eye checkups. You already have enough tear film. You don't need to yes, for those who have foreign bodies enter your eye, get the clean water. While the cleanest available water we have, could be bottled water. Now, if you can't afford them, if you have pure water, put it in a clean tray and put your eyes there, strictly to see if the foreign body can come out. If it doesn't come out, please come see a doctor, so that it can be removed. This is when we advocate, and then for the people who have chemical splash into their eyes, to go on that irrigating tap or pump and put the eyes there, so that it can dilute the either acid or alkalis. So this is when we advocate for people to put things extra in their eyes, apart from medications. Any other thing like juice,
No.
onion water, onion juice, pawpaw juice, pineapple juice. No, please don't. Don't. It is just not proper.
Let's get your final advice about paying attention to both their sleep and their sight.
Okay, so we have agreed, and then we've talked about sleep patterns, that people should sleep well, have enough sleep. We've talked about position, don't lie on either side if you can, but sleep face up. Please avoid sleeping with your face down, and then for those who have sleep disorders, those who have sleep apnea, you are sleeping, you are breathing, then you stop breathing. Those who snore heavily, and those who have poor sleep quality, we advocate for them to see their doctors. For those who have sleep disorders, so these things can be corrected. We've talked about how it is connected to cardiovascular risks and how it reduces oxygen to the eyes, and then how your posture will also push toward the iris lens diaphragm, thereby narrowing the aqueous drainage and increasing the intraocular pressures. So we appeal to our people to do this. For those who already have glaucoma, to also help themselves. These are adjuncts to your management. And then we think you should do this for your own good. And then, like we always say, advise your people, encourage your relations to go have their eyes checked. For anybody who has had a blind relation, it is only appropriate for you to go have your eyes checked, so that what happened to that your blind relation will not happen to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Obinna. And to you that listened, what you do with this is all that matters. Thank you for being part of the conversation.